See, maybe I should have took a hit before we started the fucking show so I can remember to go live. I forgot to click one less button. We need a producer. Biff's not here today.
Is he on a drunk again?
Oh, well. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and all in between. Jason, my brother, how you doing?
I'm good, man. How's it going?
Good. Little here. This is from George because we miss him. It's here, man. That sucks. He's not with us anymore.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, we're gonna do this entire year in memory of George. So, how was your holiday, man?
Really good. Yeah, got some time off unexpectedly. Usually I work the majors, so it just worked out. I didn't have to do that this year. So
yeah,
right on.
Yeah, I always work the fucking holidays too, man. But this year I got to have 2 weeks with 2 days off in a row. Never happens. Basically been working every day for the past year.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm changing that because I need some fucking time off, man.
It felt good, right?
Yeah, I had it. Dude, I got done in 2 days what takes me a fucking month with 1 day off.
Right. Yeah.
Like I was doing all this shit, you know what I mean?
That's it. And, yeah, I know.
Yeah, so I got to figure something out because working 2 jobs and,
yeah.
And still not being able to relax.
Me too. Yeah, I want to sleep like a normal person every day. That'd be
What's
nice.
that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I fucking slept till like 2:00 today.
Yeah,
and then had yesterday off. Because Fridays are my 1 day off a week, and I slept till fucking 3:30.
Yeah,
I don't know if I was catching a bug. I was kind of felt like icky the past couple of days.
Yeah, you just knew what you needed, right?
So, yeah, I figure fuck it if I'm not.
You didn't take your.
I'll sleep it off.
You didn't take your Geritol.
Geritol.
Remember that? That's some old school shit right there.
Oh yeah.
Do they still make the Geritol? I wonder. Now that we're fast approaching the
right
age of.
I don't know if they still make that.
We'll look into that. Maybe we need a little Geritol. We used to
sponsored by Geritol.
Yeah,
but
the little magic bullet we need,
Right. Yeah. So we've been doing this tunage, and that's been done pretty well for us.
Yeah.
And we did more. What we've done the past month is what we did the entire rest of the year, and when we started this year, in the first 2 weeks, we did what we did in the entirety of the year prior.
Nice.
So Eric Gales wishes us a happy new year, and he thanks us for the review, and he's glad we like it. And yeah, his fan base has been really cool with us too. Anthony Gomes' fan base has been cool. See, Joey Gem is working on getting his album out with the Road Crew.
Oh, cool.
Billy Sheehan is involved in that as well. Yeah, we've had our best. Yeah. So, and then Anthony Gomes thanked us for sharing another video of his. And dude, I love that guy. His music is really, really good. I'm enjoying it. But let's see here. I just want to shout out to a few people. Jason Barker, Bridget Burdick. How you doing, honey? Thanks for coming on. I appreciate it. Known her since high school. That's why I call her honey. It's not weird. Wanderer 3314, Kevin Teeter, Guitar Rush, DJ or DC G comment. Dude, I'm dyslexic, so some of these like users are like
knock you out, right?
Yeah. So DCJ commented, Steve I made Slip of the Tongue absolutely amazing and his style. That's his opinion. I personally don't think Steve I should have been anywhere near Whitesnake.
Oh, I kind of dug it. Now I'll go with him. I dug that album.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, I could not. It was like total disconnect for me because it wasn't Whitesnake. It was, there was that.
Yeah.
Steve Vai's pretty particular. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
he's a definite.
Like sounds okay with Roth.
Yeah.
Sounds okay with Zappa, but I just, maybe that's just me. But
yeah. Oh, I'm sure you're not alone. I mean, that's
And I love Steve Vai. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't think it was the right fit.
Right.
And what's funny is, David Coverdale didn't even hear the stuff he did with the David Lee Roth band.
Wow.
He just saw him in Crossroads, that movie, doing the guitar battle with Ralph Macchio. Yeah.
Right.
You even remember the name?
Yeah.
Nice.
I hope I'm right. That just like popped out of my brain
Right.
instantly, but
Not bad for an old fucker. We'll give you
yeah.
a horns up on that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we've done some Buddy Guy, we've done some Steve Hill, we've done some Eric Gales, Anthony Gomes, Winery Dogs. Anyway, so and all the artists are commenting, and I'm working on getting a couple artists that I already spoke about on the show. And yeah, hey, we'd love to be the show that does reaction videos and then the band comes on, because we're not out to hurt you. We're a friendly podcast. We only share the stuff that we love. So if you send us something and we don't show it, maybe it's either no time in the schedule yet, or maybe we didn't, feel that we could cheer it on as hard as we'd like to.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to shit on anyone's creativity. But yeah, so you lost a rabbit. Your daughter lost a rabbit over the holidays, huh?
Yeah, that was a little rough for her, but
yeah, dude, that's
something you got to learn how to deal with, right?
Oh, for sure. And what was the dog? Well, what was the rabbit's name?
Duchess.
Mm-hmm. We had a dog down the street from us when I was a kid. I bet my buddy Danny, he died Christmas morning, when he was like 5 years old, so I was 4. And they had a dog named Duchess, and the dad was like a chemical engineer, some kind of shit. And yeah, my neighborhood was half filled with scientists from fucking Argonne Laboratory and plumbers and fucking carpenters. Yeah. And anyway, so he'd shoot this fucking thing with the BB gun every time it would like bark and get out of, if you didn't answer, like, yeah, he's not going to answer you because you fucking shoot him with the BB gun. Like he'd fucking crank into him 3 or 4 times, Damn. Like, and he was a good shot. He'd hit him every time. Yeah. And what are you supposed to do when you're 4,
Yeah, you're like.
Yeah, but that was the only time, or that was the first time also at their place that I, that I felt an earthquake in Illinois.
That must have been fun.
Yeah, it was interesting. I'm like,
then you moved to LA and you were like, I'm an old pro at this.
Yeah, then I moved to LA, moved to Koreatown.
Yeah.
And then the riots happened in Koreatown. Yeah. Got to watch a whole fucking mile of Pico Boulevard fucking burn from the top of my fucking. I was renting a room in a boarding house.
Yeah.
And we were right in Koreatown, right across the street from a Korean church. And we were up there. And dude, okay, so we're on the 3rd floor. So you'd walk up to the 3rd floor up these stairs and the door would open.
Oh, wow.
From the floor like that, and you'd walk up,
What is like the freaking Old West, man? You're like, I'm staying in the boarding house.
There's a bunch of people from fucking, the same town my fucking grandma's from in Canada.
Wow.
So like, they're like, oh yeah, you don't need a security deposit, just pay us your first month,
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And yeah, so and then they went down the street and shot every white vehicle. I just happened to have a 91 white Saturn.
I remember it.
They shot out my rear windshield, and there was no parts at the time. You couldn't get it second party. So that windshield apart cost me $900 when I was paying $250 a month in rent for a room. Come on. Yeah. So that sucked. But yeah, so was right at Crenshaw. You've heard of the Crenshaw district.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's Crenshaw and Olympic is basically where I lived. We called it the Adams family house. Huh. And because every house is nice, and then there's this fucking thing, with like and the gates. Dude, there was rats there. There was these 2 German sisters. My brother was a roommate with me there for a while. So so she comes out of the fucking shower one time. She's got like this skimpy towel, and some dude's following her, and he's got this little fucking cowboy hat that's like this big. They're just walking out of the shower. It's kind of funny. So they'd be like, "What? Can you believe it? What you doing? Can you believe it?" And then I ran into him a couple years later at I think it was the Billboard Music Awards. She was with a rap artist. But yeah. So then, after going through the LA riots, I moved to Northridge, And when Northridge earthquake happened, so lost almost everything there.
Yeah,
That was
I
funny. So
remember that.
our buddy Brian Topel. So
Mhm.
Brian, I hadn't talked to him in like a year and a half. You know, he's working on Wonder Years and everything else. I'm working on my shit and commercials and films and I'm like, hey man, what's going on? Oh yeah, we should get together. Oh yeah, oh, we both got to be on stage tomorrow. Da da da. Dude, it turned out he lived 2 blocks from me, like literally right around the corner. Whoop. It
Crazy, right?
was like a 20. Once you got out of the apartment complex, it was like a 25-second drive.
Wow.
So yeah, and then the guy who lived across him was in Lizzie Borden,
Mm.
Mike, and
Mike Davis, yeah.
and so that's pretty interesting. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
always out there, and people don't realize that these artists don't necessarily make a lot of money, man.
No.
I mean, Lizzie Borden, he was a carpenter when he wasn't on tour
Yeah.
for fucking decades,
Mhm.
and he was out there just hammering it. I mean, he was always around,
Yeah.
back in the day, and he's still around.
Oh yeah, they're still doing it, man. I love that band. Always did.
Yeah, Wasp was just in town.
Really?
Yeah, and so was Jeff Tate.
Oh, okay.
Then we have next weekend we'll have Fred Bassano on, and he's a heavy metal / rock and roll journalist. Does reviews over at and interviews over at metaltemple.com.
Mhm.
And he'll be on, and we'll have some stories. So I'm supposed to grab a drink with them this week,
Okay, cool.
but we'll see. I don't want to. If I'm not feeling good, I kind of want
Lay low.
to stay in like an old man.
I'm just gonna put this Afghan on my lap and watch Price is Right today.
I'll be in the backyard. I'll have the Afghan over my lap. Please bring me my smoking jacket.
Right.
Which one's that? The one with all the dope in it, dumbass.
Right. The one with all the cigarette burns in it.
Yeah. But yeah, it's funny, because I remember sitting there one day, I'm like, smoking jacket. Why would anyone want to have a smoking jacket? And then, after I realized after quitting smoking and then going on and, quitting and like, smoking jacket probably made good sense.
Right.
Because it's not like they could just throw their shit in the fucking washer and dryer and have it out the next morning,
Yeah.
It's going to take Gladys about 3.5 fucking hours of scrubbing it on a fucking pumice stone out by the fucking river.
Let it air dry for 3 or 4 days.
Rancid butter that they ate last week,
Yeah.
But
that's true. I never really thought about that. Maybe I need to invest in a smoking jacket myself.
Absolutely, dude. And you could do weekly fucking,
Yeah, with the pipes, man.
Pipe philosophy with Jason.
Yeah, I'd like to do something. There's a ton of the YouTube pipe community is a big deal, man. There's a lot of people doing some great stuff. There's a guy named Alan Haraldson I've been watching. He actually was from here in South Carolina. He recently bought a bunch of land in Kentucky and has moved out there. But he had a actual pipe store here in the lower part of the state, a couple hours from me probably. But great guy, man. I could listen to him talk all day. I think he's a college professor as well. Real smart, well-read guy.
He smokes a pipe.
Yeah. But he's got this interesting, like, old world Southern accent too, which is
that the one. Is that the link you sent me last week?
I think so. Yeah. Guy who's got a beard, glasses.
Yeah, real interest. Yeah, I found it fascinating. Yeah, we should try to have him on for sure.
Yeah, he's great. I love
make it part of the thing, man. Fucking
yeah.
So yeah, we have some different shite happening this year. We're you guys know about tunage. We're doing that. Here's our episode slate. Yeah, so we got tunage. Okay, so here's the way it's going to work. By the time February rolls around, Monday we're going to start with Operation Archer, and that's going to be like 3 to 5 minute reviews of every episode, and there's 134 episodes, so it'll probably take like a year for me to get through that. Then we're going to do Streamage, and Streamage is the film and television part of streaming services akin to what we do with tunage. And me and Jason do tunage every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, every WTF. And then Saturdays we do the main show live with the Vag. And streamage is going to be done with Rob Armstrong at times, and other times there may be other people coming in. But Jason's schedule's kind of tight, so to get to be able to watch shows as they happen sometimes can be.
Yeah, I'm way behind usually in that arena.
Have you watched 1923 yet?
Yes, I've seen a couple. Yeah, I think I'm up to date on that one.
Yeah,
and,
it's pretty. What do you think of that?
The only thing, and maybe I'm just a dope, but I don't think so because I talked to somebody else. I was having a little trouble. I mean, I think it's great. Excuse me. I was having a little trouble following like who these characters are in relation to the.
You are not alone.
Okay. Yeah.
Rob also had that conversation with me. He thought Helen Mirren and Indiana Jones was the couple from 1830 or
1883.
Yeah, 1883. No. They died in 1883, about 6 months after the show ended.
Okay.
And so there was the brother was left and the other baby, and then they called in the uncle and aunt, who's Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren.
Okay.
They came in
and took over.
And the other people that are a lot bigger, the guy who the guy who's in Africa are the sons of
the uncle
Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren.
Okay, all right, yeah, it was real confusing. That was really the only complaint I had was just the.
Yeah, no, but I've heard that from a few other people as well. And you're right, because it isn't very clear.
Yeah.
And as you know, I mean, he's got so much shit going on that showrunner,
Yeah.
Tulsa King is another one he's got going on.
I've been watching a couple of those too. Yeah.
We're gonna do a streamage on that. Then the Mayor.
That's coming back out this month, I think, right?
I think so. Yeah. I mean,
yeah. Oh, so speaking of Mayor Kingston,
right.
You heard about Jeremy, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna look for an update right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he was helping. I guess some people got stuck in the snow out by him. And whatever happened, the safety measures did not work. So what happened is
he operating a snowcat or something like that, wasn't
it? Yeah. So he got it rolled over him.
Oh.
So I guess it rolled over onto his chest and his legs. And luckily his neighbor was a doctor. When you got money.
Yeah.
And he was able to put a tourniquet on for him and basically wait for a what do you call it? The safe flight or flight. Yeah, he looks like fucking shit, dude.
Oh yeah.
So massive blood loss from his legs. So I can only assume, and maybe you can talk to it because you're a volunteer fireman paramedic. I'm assuming he may have broke a femur or two, and that basically maybe it came out of his skin, compounded.
Well, yeah, it's and plus those snowcats. I mean, they have metal tracks like a bulldozer too, so it could have just been good old-fashioned, metal versus flesh kind of deal,
Right.
Not to mention that thing's got to weigh as much as a pickup truck, at least, probably,
Right. I mean, look at how he's way whacked under,
Yeah.
His arms look okay, but he's wearing a. I think he must have broken his sternum because he's got some kind of. It's not even addressing it. It looks like it's keeping shit
in place. Yeah.
Yeah. But.
Yeah, God bless him, man. That's rough.
And if talk about getting street cred the wrong way.
Yeah.
Like he'll be forever known as a badass.
Yeah.
And hopefully he'll, be able to hopefully his mobility isn't affected and he'll be able to get back to
doing what he does.
I'm sure he'll have pain issues and things like that.
It's going to be there'll be a lot of therapy, once he heals, all of that, man. He's got, I'm sure he's got a long road.
Sure. Yeah. But like here, I'll show you. Okay, that doesn't. I was trying to show people a snowcat.
Didn't they? What was that?
Those cops, a bunch of cops just drove by with all their
Oh,
stuff.
okay. Didn't I was just? It's been so long since I've seen The Shining. Wasn't? Didn't they have a snowcat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, it's not letting me upload a picture of it because it's copywritten. You know, give me a fucking.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, there was one. Okay, maybe this one will let me. You know, we're commentary people. It doesn't. It falls under fair use. Here we go. There's a lot of rigmarole back and forth you got to do when you're downloading. So that's a snow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was in The Shining.
Mm-hmm.
You know, lighting message.
Yeah.
Look at the
That
birds.
movie was.
Fucking, they're still there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as you can see, I use a red marker at work.
Right.
No, but yeah, so we're digging it. We're getting, you know, Austin Moe. Going to go see him at the end of the month. He's going to be down by Kankakee area. They're having a guitar kind of deal.
Nice.
Jared
James Nichols.
Dyslexia with his name, man, fucks me up all the time. So I'm just going to call him JJ. I hope he's not insulted because it's just easier for me. Hopefully Gomes will be there. And then on my birthday weekend, actually on my birthday in Fort Wayne, Eric Gales is playing with Joe Bonamassa.
Nice.
So I might go out there and check it out. It's like a 5-hour drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if I do that, I got to take Sunday and Monday off.
Mm-hmm.
Darn. You know, but it'd be worth it, you know.
Absolutely.
Hang out, hear some music.
So I wonder where they're playing there. Are they maybe at like Sweetwater? Have you ever been out to Sweetwater in Fort Wayne, the big music store?
Oh, you know what? They could be playing there actually.
Yeah, that place is awesome, man.
I think they're actually playing there. Yeah, I use Sweetwater all the time. Yeah, my guy's name is Jared actually.
Ah, yeah.
So, yeah,
your candy, the guy that sends you candy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who sent me the drum kit?
Mm-hmm.
And who sent me this? And who sent me the mixer? And
yeah.
Look at me. I'm all kinds of docked up. I don't even have my fucking reading glasses on. My goodness.
Jared,
getting old sometimes.
Jared,
yeah, I didn't have anything fucking prepped today, dude. It was like totally like didn't even know we're gonna have a show today, but because I was like,
we're wingers, you know what I mean? We can just wing it.
Okay, got a sticker on the bottom of my cup. Absolutely.
Me too.
So what you got there? I'm wearing I'm representing a good old Fender. And you are as well. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. And you're showing
there it is.
There it is. Good old
red.
Good old dirty red.
You know what? If you could only have one
dirty
guitar
red earlier, I hope you enjoyed that.
But you could only have one guitar, that'd be the one to have, man.
Yeah, I want one. Well,
they do it all.
See, this is what the other thing, you know. I want one more. Then I want another one. More. Actually, here's what I want. I want a 335.
Ooh, yeah.
I want a steel resonator, all steel. Then I want a PRS.
Like a really nice,
Yeah, like my one and done guitar. Like, okay, I spent $3,500 on it, $5,000 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
10, 12, whatever the case.
Yeah, whatever.
You go for the wood library deals they got. I mean, like works of art, you know.
Right. Well, here's the whole fucking problem. Okay, so back when I was in LA, the guy that I worked with, or the guy that I worked for, he went to MIT, so he was a guitar player the whole nine. Mm-hmm. And he's like, "Hey, we're gonna go see this guitar builder. I'm going to bring in a couple of my guitars and he's going to fix them and, you know, tune them up, whatever. Going to go with him. Like, yeah, fuck yeah, man. So we go down there, you know, and they're like, hey, man, like this guy's building his own guitar. He's starting to build his own guitars.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, dude, it's not Fender or Ibanez or fucking whatever. I'm like, you know, this guy in the fucking music store, you know, who's Paul Reed Smith.
Mm.
I'm like, son of a bitch.
Yeah, should have
Like
made friends with
if
that
I
guy.
had, if I had spent the $900 on a no-name guitar then,
Yeah,
we'd be probably sitting in a nicer studio, with a piece of land or something.
right.
I'm sure those guitars are worth, 30, 40 or and up.
Yeah, it's but yeah, what a I mean, a smart guy, man.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah. The way he did it was cool. And
yeah.
it reminded me a lot of he must have paid attention to the Marshall story. Because it was did you watch that documentary I sent you?
No, you know what? I have not yet, and it's I need to.
It's an hour long. It's like the perfect,
Yeah,
it's done the right way. It wasn't done by someone who never played guitar,
right.
because we've seen,
Yeah.
I don't know,
Oh yeah.
yeah, it was done with care by someone who really knew what they were talking about.
Yeah, and I just keep blanking with my
Yeah. Well,
schedule and
you don't
goings
have
on,
so
but
much time.
yeah.
And then there's another good documentary on Moog that came
Oh
out
yeah,
5
Robert
years ago.
Moog. Yeah.
That was a good one.
Hey, speaking of that, and this just popped in my head when you said Moog. Do you remember the band? This was back in the '90s. Um, it was called they called themselves the Moog Cookbook. Do you remember those guys?
You know what? That sounds familiar.
Dude, they were great. Like I was building a studio in New York at the time, and the owner, um, Dana, he turned me on to him, and we were like belly laughing because the variety of sounds Moogs can make. Well,
Yeah.
there were these two guys,
What was it called? The Moog?
Cookbook, and you never got to see them because they wore these really like schmaltzy like astronaut suits from like almost like 50s.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about.
But they did all these cover songs, but they did them like lounge style with Moogs and all the beep, 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 beep. And it was like
Right.
it was brilliant, man.
Yeah.
I
So
need to check them out again.
yeah, we'll have to do a reaction video.
Yeah, maybe
We're gonna mix it up a little bit. We're gonna do like best performances.
yeah.
We're gonna do one day might be covers, one day, so we're gonna
Yeah.
mix it up a little because I don't want to burn myself out or burn you out,
Yeah.
burn the audience out. We're mixing it up a little. And you
Mhm.
know what? It's not always gonna be hard rock, it's not always gonna be blues, but it's
Just
guitar
whatever.
music.
Yeah.
Jason keeps on trying to bend my arm to do country, and I just can't do it. I can't do it. So maybe we'll do country ones, and I'll just sit here and I'll be like tied up with rope. And,
Right, yeah. To the train tracks.
yeah, and there'll be a thing stuck in George. Damn Yankee.
Right.
But so what's happening this year? Queensryche is headlining, so they're announcing their tour tomorrow.
Nice.
Anthony Gomes is playing with Winery Dogs, and then his second pass, he's going to be headlining some shows at some of the same places.
Hmm.
He's going to be playing up in Michigan, which is a couple hours from here, so I'll probably go check that out.
Nice.
But yeah, man, it's kind of cool. And we got a blues bar right around the corner. We're going to have Herman Hines on. We're going to have a bunch of Chicago blues guys come through here and that kind of thing. But yeah, doing this and looking for, and a lot of the stuff when we're doing reaction videos, we're not doing the huge band. Yeah, we did Metallica, of course, because we were a Metallica fan.
Yeah.
But we're not chasing the 20 million. We're just sharing the stuff that we love to listen to.
Yeah.
Like we dig something, hey, here it is, even if it's from 10 years ago, because it's new to us.
Right.
And at our age and everyone watching, there's so much.
Yeah, you can't keep
you're
up
gonna
with
miss
it
them.
all. Yeah.
Like I don't know how I missed Anthony Gomes.
Yeah, it happens.
And other artists that we've covered, but I'm like, wow, because I really love music, man. And
well, and the spirit of it is like what we just did. Hey, remember that band? Oh yeah, and then
right.
it's like letting your buddy, filling your buddy in on something cool that you.
Totally. I mean, how many times, boom, like when we were roommates in college, you would walk in through the door, or I would walk in through the door with the CD in our hand. Dude, wait till you fucking hear this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Someone just walked through here and that, but yeah. Oh, and Seth at the restaurant that he's working at. So did I tell you about the footage from a couple weeks ago? Okay, there's some security footage. Police were called because the rear door of the restaurant after hours was open.
Oh wow!
And they're very good. Got a great staff. Everything's locked up. Everything's fine. Well, got the security footage. We'll be on the show coming up, but it keeps on going. So here's where it gets interesting. You see the two back doors, right? And Seth, you here? Yeah. You want to talk about the ghost? Okay. So he's got this. So there's two doors.
Yeah.
And on the bottom of the doors are the pigs. You know what I mean? Kink.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you see the door, and there's a glass panel on the top. So the bottom third is wood. The top 2/3 are glass. And you see this fucking thing float. It's like a light. And it fucking goes there, and it looks like someone put their hand on the fucking window, dude. And you hear the things go chunk chunk. And the fucking door opens and there's no one there.
That's crazy, man.
So then...
And then you hear, my manicotti's cold.
Yeah, no, this is way past closing time. But, let's see here. I'm going to see if I can find the image. Yeah. Can't really see it that good. But there's a fucking person right here in the window with the fucking hand. I'm going to have to do some photo.
Yeah.
To
make it visible.
Yeah, I mean, if you were here, you'd be able to slightly see it. But
that's crazy, man.
Yeah, so then yesterday he's like, Dad, there's more footage. I'm like, what? And so where the camera's stationed, there's this hallway. Toilet paper is like 20 feet past where this area is, where it's stored, and it's stored around a corner. Static shot of the hallway. A roll of toilet paper falls out of the ceiling. Like Seth, the toilet paper roll had to fucking goop, and then traveled on the ceiling all the way down and around, and then fucking dropped.
That's crazy.
So might have to do a ghost hunt episode at the fucking at the restaurant. But
who's putting these burning bags of toilet paper around?
God damn it. But yeah, so that's interesting.
So what kind of restaurant is it? Is it like
Italian?
It's Italian?
Yeah.
Yeah.
White tablecloth, wine with dinner. It's higher end. It's not like not necessarily family, more, you take a date there, New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
It'd
be funny if the ghost was like, he owned like a French restaurant there, and he was like,
"Oh, you son of a beach bastard! Get out of here with your Italian food, yeah."
Right.
Oui, oui. And this is the suburbs of Chicago, so a lot of it's like, I don't think you should be doing any of that.
Yeah.
Know what I'm saying? As I play with my pinky ring. But yeah, there's some interesting. So when I'm driving some of the patients home, we'll be driving down the city. I'm like, oh, you see this Whole Foods up here? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, okay, well, that used to be a restaurant. And my great uncle used to be kind of friends with friends. He had friends.
Yeah.
And he ran the gambling operation in Bogota, hypothetically.
Allegedly, yeah.
In the early 60s. And so my dad gets this phone call about this guy he's going to go into business with. And my great uncle's like, hey, Ray, guy owes a lot of people money. If you go into business with them, I can't protect you. So my advice to you is run as fast as you can the other way.
Yeah.
Trouble's coming. And 2 weeks later, he leaves the restaurant, gets in his car. A van pulls up, parks in the parking lot. So he's around. He goes on Ogden, the main road, and then goes on the off ramp to 294. Well, the van that was just parked there was sending out a signal transmission. And when his car passed that line, it ignited a car bomb and blew him up, and his torso went through the van. There was a van behind him on the off, and his torso went through the guy's windshield. So it was the first mob hit in the United States that was done via, signal.
Technology, huh?
Yeah, and this is in like 1980, but it's like one of the top. You can look it up. It's like Chicago top 10 front page photographs of all time. It's always in there. They show it like once a year, but
yeah,
pretty weird as a kid to know someone who got blown up.
Right.
Oh, that's this guy Dad has coffee with. Yeah, not to mention fucking who else fucking was at our fucking house because my dad was a clown and a magician, John Wayne Gacy.
You're kidding me.
No. 2 or 3 times, me and Dad and hanging out with John Wayne Gacy in the fucking basement, drinking beers, and
wow.
I'm just, around,
Yeah.
But yeah.
That guy went on to be a household name, didn't he?
Oh my God. Yeah. Kind of a gardener.
Or
hey, you know what temperature it is at John Wayne Gacy's house? 32 below. But local Chicago joke. Yeah, there's a bunch of weird shit that happened here, man, when I was a kid. There was the fucking Tylenol fucking thing where some dude went and fucking put a bunch of poison in fucking Tylenol bottles.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone freaked out,
Yeah.
So no one could take it, And Midol wasn't like readily available, so,
All the women were like,
yeah, you son of a bitch. But, yeah, so we got some cool stuff coming this year.
Nice.
And, yeah, streamlining it, figuring out how to do more with the same amount of time kind of totally changed my outlook on the amount that we could do,
Mm-hmm.
But we won't always do that every week because sometimes we got to take a break. But
yeah,
we'll let you know ahead of time. The Moog Cookbook.
Yeah, I don't know if those guys are still around, but good stuff, man.
I need to go see what they got to say here. The Moog.
I remember they did like Black Hole Sun.
They got 19 videos, 510 subscribers. Whole Lot of Love, Hotel California, More Than a Feeling, Born to Be Wild, Ziggy Stardust, Cat Scratch Fever. Are you talking about love? Yeah, we'll definitely do something.
Check them out, yeah.
But yeah, so if you have a band you want us to check out, leave us in the comments, mention them, and if we can, we will, and we'll give you a shout out if we do. But just want to make sure everyone, please like, share, and subscribe. That looks very Miami Vice-y, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
Like everything's cool, and Golden Girls.
Yeah.
Or Saved by the Bell. What was Saved by the Bell, right?
I think so.
With Skeech.
I never really watched it. I think it was more my brother's day, I think.
Sure. Yeah, Jason was watching the Channel 44 with the line through it on Friday nights. Yeah. Oh, I saw something for a second. Yeah.
Hey, who didn't do that back in the day?
Oh my God, that was every Friday night, man.
Mission Impossible, man. Like you were trying to crack a safe or something like that. You're like,
Absolutely. What do you guys listen? What you guys watching? Nothing. You just like cruise down the street and you see everyone's like lights in their bedrooms, fucking static. Looks like everyone's trying to figure out Channel 44 at midnight.
Right.
That was before there was Skinamax.
Oh yeah.
Remember that?
Oh yeah.
We're gonna do light porn fair.
Yeah. Like, we're not going to be like HBO and those other guys. We're going to just notch it, ramp it up just a notch, you know?
Yeah, one of my friends was in Red Shoe Diaries.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in a few episodes, but
Yeah.
so was that was David Duchovny's big chicka wacko.
Hmm.
Yeah, so he's got a new movie coming out. It's who's it? Jonas? John Jonas. He was what's his name? He was in the Wolf of Wall Street with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh,
The larger dude. He's lost some weight.
yeah.
Jonah Hill.
Jonah Hill, yeah.
So it's Jonah Hill, and he winds up dating this black girl, and it's like they get together.
Mm-hmm.
And so David Duchovny plays his dad, Julie Louis Dreyfus plays his mom, and Eddie Murphy plays her dad.
That sounds good.
You can always already tell where it's going. So it looks sounds like Look Who's Coming to Dinner.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man. So that looks like that'll be a good one.
Yeah.
And it also looks like the Luke Skywalker story is going to be retconned in the Star Wars universe. So they're going to be re-releasing some stuff with some new footage and storylines from what we're hearing.
Yeah.
So, because dude, never before. I mean, the disregard that when a brand has been alive for 40 years because of their fans, you don't piss in their fucking face.
Right.
And to put Luke Skywalker in the last 5 seconds of the first fucking movie and he throws the lightsaber over his shoulder. Are you fucking kidding me? And then they have him drinking fucking, this whatever fucking blue milk. The way he went out was okay, but it's, dude, people like the best opportunity in filmmaking, they squandered of all time. Like there should have been like 500 people on a committee of like, what are you doing? Do not fuck this up.
Yeah.
Because we just paid like, $4.5 billion to fucking Lucas for this shit. And now guess who's back in charge of creativity? George Lucas. But that was up until Kathleen Kennedy bails, and she's bailing this year. So
right.
Anyway, but I've been watching some Jack Ryan. Season 2.
Mm-hmm.
On Amazon. Yeah. 1923. Yellowstone, of course. I watched something else I can't remember. Everything's just like
oh yeah, it's a blur.
A blur the past couple weeks, but no. What are you gonna do? What you gonna do? But and Tony Iommi's recording another album.
Really?
Non-Black Sabbath stuff.
Wow. Just like a straight solo record?
Well, it can't be Sabbath.
Right.
So I'm sure it would have to be. Yeah. But I mean, yeah, because he's building a new studio, so his cancer must be doing all right.
Yeah.
It's amazing that these guys will still spend. It's like, dude, no one's going to buy an album.
Yeah, they just been doing it.
It's so weird, that whole thing now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, everything's up in the air now with this streaming, and it's almost like it's not even worth making records anymore for the pittance that they get paid for the streaming services.
You're gonna go out and make some music, dude. Go do 4 or 5 tunes.
Yeah. You do EPs, I guess. Well, you see a lot of people are doing it. They're releasing like one song a month, kind of thing.
Just talking to me, they're recording a new EP. Oh, Austin Moe's recording a new EP, so he's gonna have 5 or 6 songs on that, and then that'll be. I think it's supposed to come out sometime in late January.
Okay,
I could be wrong, so I apologize, Austin, if I got the day wrong. But yeah, the calendar's looking a little bit it's filling up, Jason.
Nice. That's what we like.
Yeah, so please hit the like and hit the subscribe button most of all.
Yeah, it doesn't cost you anything. Just take your thumb and go,
Yeah, just
help us out, man. We need it.
just say, hey, these guys are okay. But
Or even if you hate us, just hit the anyway.
yeah, if you can't stand us,
Pretend it's Vince's face. And,
if you hate men, blink.
Yeah.
If you have if you have pronouns, you can clink. But
Right.
the pronoun for this is thumbs up for the like or subscribe, whatever. But, I don't know what the adverbs are, but So yeah, so check out the Moog Cookbook, everybody, and we'll do one of those next week. And next week, by special request from Rob, we're going to be checking out Solomon Hicks and doing a reaction video to one of his tunes. And
this is a friend of Rob's, or
yeah, it plays out. He's a New York-based blues musician.
Nice.
Rob's, took his pictures a few times and said he's a real nice dude. So
cool.
Good combo. And said he's really good. So why not? That's what we're here for. But all right, so we're gonna wrap it up because Jason's tired, I'm tired, and we got to do a couple of reaction videos after this. But everyone, have a great week. And Jason, buddy, love you, brother.
Love you, man.
And we will see you all next time. As soon as I can find the video to click. Oh my God, I'm getting so old. I'm glad some of you listeners can relate.